Hello everybody, my name is Garland Moore, and this is my service project presentation for AVIA 245. Alright, so my original project plan was to find a local flight school in the area and assist them in any way possible. I know a lot of local smaller flight schools, mom and pop shop style flight schools, can tend to be understaffed in terms of their groundkeeping and things of that nature. Obviously, they're more focused on the instruction and the maintenance of their business, but I've noticed around here sometimes they tend to fall behind in that. So the plan was to gather some family and friends and help them out in any way they needed. Basic stuff, mowing the grass, weed eating, things of that nature. Originally gave myself a 2 to 3 week timeline to find a flight school, get in contact with them, and go ahead and ask them if that would be acceptable for us to come out and help them out. Also gather supplies and personnel in terms of gathering people and equipment to do that, and then execute the plan. So give it a shot. It was about 2 to 3 weeks. As I'm sure most of you have heard by now, Hurricane Ian just recently hit Florida. I live just north of Daytona Beach in a town called Ormond Beach, Florida. We are on the Atlantic coast, so obviously we were not hit as hard as the Gulf Coast of Florida. But by the time it got to my house, we got about 18 to 20 inches of rain over the course of a day and a half, 2 days, and we had sustained winds of 40 to 50 knots with gusts of 80 knots. So my neighborhood was pretty severely flooded. We had downed trees. We have one entrance into the neighborhood, and we had 2 downed trees across it and power lines at the front that were down as well. And we have some elderly neighbors in the area, and even though they were somewhat prepared, they did need some assistance. So here you can see some pictures of just outside my front yard here. On the left, it's just one of the downed tree branches, decent sized one there. And then on the right hand picture, that's our street. At the deepest there, it doesn't look that deep. It's about halfway up the power box there, but in the middle of that little puddle is the road, and there's a pretty good embankment there, so but the deepest, it's about 3 feet of water there. So we were flooded in, needless to say. So this was just happened to become my contingency plan. Like I said, water level in the neighborhood was about 3 feet at the deepest. We had elderly neighbors that needed assistance after the fact with cleaning up and then getting supplies. I have a truck, so I was able to, after the water subsided a little bit, to get out of the neighborhood once we moved those trees and go get things like water and non-perishables for some of the folks around here that didn't have cars or didn't have trucks and were not able to get out of the neighborhood. Obviously, we don't have, myself and family members don't have heavy equipment, so the city had to come in and with assistance from contractors via FEMA, they were to be able to take care of the big stuff. But you can see here some of the pictures. On the left is my mother-in-law. She's just doing up some raking as we're creating a pile. Right there in the middle is my wife there, and she's got some branches there that we're just moving around, and then I'm there on the right there just trying to get some of the smaller stuff into trash bags for ease of cleanup when the trucks come on later, hopefully this week, to pick up the remaining piles. As far as reflection goes, it was kind of a last minute thing, obviously. It seemed to be more necessary than helping a local flight school at that moment. People in the neighborhood, they needed assistance, so we could have provided more assistance in terms of maybe gone to my storage unit, picked up a chainsaw before the storm, cut down trees prior, things of that nature. Could have gone further out into the community, checked on other neighborhoods, friends in other neighborhoods, helped them clean up. And we could have prepared better for the storm, but hindsight is 20/20, and I feel like for the hand that we were dealt there, We did a pretty good job of helping everybody out. So that's my project plan, and thank you so much.